What is EFT tapping? I get that question asked all the time, especially when people find my videos on my feed and they see me literally tapping on my face. They're like, what is this woman doing? Why is she tapping on her face? And why is she repeating different things and telling me to repeat after her? So I'm going to be explaining what EFT tapping is, how it will actually benefit you on your journey to success, how you can integrate EFT tapping into your routine for personal development, stress relief, releasing limiting beliefs, anxiety, stress, trauma, you name it, EFT tapping can help you on your journey to your next level of success. EFT tapping was created by Gary Craig in around the 1995. So it's not been around for a very long time. Therefore, there's a lot of people who are very skeptical about this type of modality. A lot of people are saying it's more pseudoscience and there's not enough research or evidence to support it. And that is where I love the Tapping Solution. They are a company who is doing research on EFT tapping. They're working with providers, doctors to get in real time more evidence and more information on EFT tapping. So what is EFT tapping? EFT tapping stands for Emotional Freedom Technique. And we tap on our emotional meridian points while we focus on either releasing something such as a limiting belief, stress, anxiety, or installing something such as confidence, self-love, empowerment, courage. And that's the beauty of EFT tapping. We can use both sides to install and release what no longer serves us. So we have different meridian points. And when we tap on these different meridian points, what we're actually doing is we're activating our brain's neural pathways. This is kind of like our brain's map system. So let's say, for example, for the last 20 years, you have driven to work the same way every single day. And now all of a sudden, your coworker's like, wait, there's a faster way to get to work. And your brain's like, I don't know if I trust that. Like, I've been driving the same way to work for the last 20 years. How do I know I can trust this new way? So with EFT tapping, it's basically updating your brain's road system to have the most efficient, quick, fastest way of thinking, believing about yourself. We know with limiting beliefs, it can hold us back from what is possible. There's a really powerful quote, whether we think we can or we think we can't, we are correct. The power of belief is training our brain for what to focus on. So we all know we have this thing called the reticular activating system. It's basically our brain's filtering system, because without our brain's filtering system, we would be so overwhelmed by all the information around us. Just even in the background of this video, your brain would be like, all right, there's a Mickey Mouse, there's a Minnie Mouse, there's Sleeping Beauty, there's this, there's that. There's too much, and your brain wouldn't be able to filter what I'm actually saying. So through what's called your reticular activating system, it is telling your brain, focus on what she's saying, not what's happening in the background or even on my shirt. We can train our reticular activating system to filter things in our favor, to filter things to help us be more successful. So if we currently have limiting beliefs that it's hard to make money, it takes a long time to be successful, it doesn't work for me, it works for other people. If you've experienced those beliefs, or even beliefs that every time I get really close to hitting my goals, something happens and I don't achieve it. If you experience any of those beliefs, we can change those beliefs through EFT tapping, which is basically updating your brain's road system to new beliefs. Making money is easy. I love myself. I'm confident. I'm always in the right place at the right time to get all of my needs met. And so when you're looking at all of these beliefs, you can start to jot down. And I actually have a really powerful video on identifying your limiting beliefs in less than 5 minutes. So if you haven't checked out that video, check out the show notes below to watch that video so you can see in real time what are your limiting beliefs. So you've identified your limiting beliefs, and now you can use EFT tapping to release them. And you might be wondering, okay, how do we release them with EFT tapping? So our neural pathways are kind of like little road systems that are constantly connecting and disconnecting. Think about Harry Potter with the staircases that are constantly moving to one passageway to another passageway. Our brain's neural pathways are constantly either strengthening or they are severing. And so every time we think about a limiting belief, it is strengthening. It is strengthening. So with EFT tapping, we can sever that belief, we activate it, we sever it, then we reroute it, and we strengthen a new belief. So you might be wondering, okay, how do you do that with EFT tapping? And this is how we get to do it. So as we are tapping on our emotional meridian points, as we're tapping, we are activating that limiting belief, that neural. And so you might be wondering if you've ever done an EFT tapping session, you've watched a video, you've done any type of tapping, the first round or the first few taps is always acknowledging the problem. And a lot of times people are like, well, why would I want to acknowledge the problem? Isn't that going to strengthen it? And the answer is no. We actually need to light up that part of the brain so we can sever it and essentially rewire the new one. So here are the different meridian points. We've got the top of the head, top of the eyebrow, side of the eye, under the nose, under the lip, collarbone, side of the rib cage, right here, kind of like the karate chop, and then also the side of your hand. So we have all of these different emotional meridian points that are connected to different things. I do what's called faster EFT, and that was kind of created in the last 10 years. So faster EFT, we focus on 4 main meridian points, but we spend a little bit longer on each point. I have found working with clients, working with myself, creating so many tapping videos that when we focus on those 4 tapping points, we're actually moving the energy so much faster than if we're doing the whole thing. I find that when we spend doing all the meridian points, people tend to check out and almost dissociate and kind of get out of their body. And with faster EFT, we're only focusing on 4 points. It helps us stay present and helps us stay in our body. So what I do is top of the eyebrow, side of the eye, under the eye, collarbone. And then because we have that meridian point right here, at the end of the tapping, I will say, take a deep breath and squeeze your wrist. Kind of activates another meridian point. And sometimes we will do what's called a setup, and we will start the tapping up here. So here is a rundown on how you can do EFT tapping on your own. So you're going to start with the side of your hand, kind of like the meatiest part. And this is where you're going to be acknowledging like all the negative, limiting beliefs, stress, anxiety. So you're going to start with, even though I've been feeling, list it. Even though I've been experiencing, list it. Even though I've been struggling with, list it. And you list everything you've been struggling, stressing, worrying about. And then you end with, I deeply and completely love and honor myself. We always want to bring it back to that self-love. So after you've done acknowledging where you're at, maybe those limiting beliefs, those fears, those anxieties, then you can start by tapping on the top of your eyebrow. If you've never done EFT tapping on your own, I recommend working with a practitioner. Or what you can do is I actually have a tapping studio, which every single week new tapping videos are added, and they're all under 10 minutes, which is perfect for you, the on-the-go individual who wants relief in a quick 10-minute video. So that's the beauty of EFT tapping, is we can shift energy really fast. And when I say shift energy, I mean going from stress to feeling better. So let's do a quick little demo right here so you can feel in real time the benefits of EFT tapping. So I want you to think about something from the last 7 days that made you feel overwhelmed, stressed, just like not the best. So just close your eyes and just really highlight what that is. And as soon as you start feeling that, I want you to start tapping on the side of your hand and repeat after me. Even though I experienced this stressful event, I deeply and completely love and honor myself. Even though that event didn't go my way, it's safe to love and honor myself. Even though that event was so stressful, it's safe to come back to peace today. Top of the eyebrow, and you can do 1 or 2 hands, whatever works best for you, and just repeat after me. As I acknowledge this stressful event, I'm ready to release and let it go. And when I release and let it go, I can bring back a new feeling and a new sensation. Side of your eye. I'm choosing to heal that experience so I can make room for clarity, confidence, and consistency. under your eye. I'm ready for a better tomorrow, which means I have to start today. Changing my beliefs, changing what's possible. I'm choosing me, collarbone. Because you know what they say, the better it gets, the better it gets, the best is yet to come. And I'm choosing to believe that. Take a deep breath and squeeze your wrist. Release and let it go. Close your eyes, scan your body, and what are you noticing? Do you feel a tingling in your hands, a tingling in your chest? What are you noticing? What are you feeling? Beautiful. Come back. Let me know in the comment section below how you were feeling. And that was just one round of tapping. So what we would do next, and this is exactly how I do in all my tapping videos on my YouTube channel and everything, is once we've acknowledged the stressor, then the next 2 rounds of tapping, we really get to install confidence, positive affirmations. Positive affirmations are, what would I rather believe about that situation? What would I rather believe about my current circumstances? And we can constantly just keep shifting, keep redirecting those limiting beliefs to more positive, empowering beliefs. So now here's the really fun part. When you are thinking about your next level of success, business success, career success, motherhood success, legacy success, relationships, friendships, you name it, I know you're working on that next level. You can use EFT tapping to become her today, because this is like the coolest thing about EFT tapping. You can release those limiting beliefs, set them free, and then ask yourself, what would I rather believe about myself? Well, I'd rather believe I'm so lucky everything goes my way. I'd rather believe the universe has my back. I would rather believe that it's safe to fulfill my desires. I'd rather believe that I'm hot, sexy, desirable. Okay, keep just asking yourself, what would I rather believe? And then tap that in. Oh, I would rather believe, and then tap that in, until it becomes second nature. And that's like the coolest part, is you get to be in the driver's seat of your healing. You get to be in the driver's seat of your goals. We're no longer in the energy of, I need to be saved. We're no longer in the energy of, my circumstances were different. We get to change it today. And today we're deciding to be empowered. And EFT tapping is the most effective tool to empower you. I am a trauma therapist, an addiction therapist. I have worked with some of the most traumatized, addicted individuals you will ever meet. And EFT tapping has changed their life time and time again. The flip side, I have used EFT tapping with my successful corporate baddies, medical professionals, and entrepreneurs. EFT tapping doesn't judge where you're at. It just helps you. EFT tapping meets you where you're at. And so it doesn't really matter where you're at in your journey of personal development, spirituality. EFT tapping is always going to meet you where you're at, and you can release whenever, wherever. Here are the most common areas that I have used, my clients have used, and individuals in the industry have used for EFT tapping. That is money blocks, anxiety and burnout, confidence, self-worth, nervous system regulation, sleep, relationships, success, fear of success, hitting that next level of success, motivation, consistency, productivity, sleep. Did I mention that? Installing safety around money, releasing traumatic experiences. And the beauty of this is, again, EFT tapping meets you where you're at. It's not a modality that's like, oh, you need to create more XYZ before you can do it. So, for example, with a full EMDR session, you have to have significant months of sobriety before a practitioner will do EMDR with you because of the brain chemistry. EFT tapping, you can start no matter where you're at on your journey to your next level of success. So EFT tapping, emotional freedom technique, is a beautiful tool to help you release what no longer serves you and install the identity of the person you're working towards, of becoming her. Your glow up, you're this, you're that. You name it, EFT tapping is going to be there by your side. I have been tapping since 2021. I became a practitioner then, and it has completely changed my life. Whenever I'm feeling stuck or prickly or even stressed, here's a hack. I'll just tap on my collarbone and I'll repeat the word release, and my body knows what to do. Release, release, release. When I feel a physical shift, I know that I'm back in alignment. It is so powerful. I would love to know, what are some things that you have done EFT tapping on? What would you like to do EFT tapping on? And again, a lot of times people think it's so woo-woo, but they are doing so much research under the Tapping Solution Resource tab. They are doing brain scans, they are testing cortisol levels, they're testing blood levels. They're getting so much data and information on how in real time EFT tapping changes not only your brain, rewires your neural pathways, and sets you up for success. Again, EFT tapping is like updating your brain's roadmap to the quickest, most efficient, effective way to stress relief, anxiety relief, and you name it. Once a month on my channel, I post an EFT tapping video, which is basically a tap with me. I also have an EFT tapping playlist. If there's a certain video you would love for me to create a tap with me video, let me know in the comment section below. And if you're ready to just take your tapping journey to the next level, definitely join the tapping studio. There's new videos added every single week. And currently we have over 150 tapping videos to really help you release those limiting beliefs, regulate your nervous system, reset your anxiety, stress, and all under 10 minutes. Like, how amazing, how powerful is that? EFT tapping is an amazing tool to help set you up for success. Thank you so much for tuning in to this week's video. If you like this video, hit that like button and don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you in next week's video.